Hello everybody, we are back here. Wait, let me just select here the right link. Okay, so in this time I just wanted to wait, new screen. I'm going just to show you what I had in mind for today. Actually, the other day we were talking about James Horner. Okay, I'm going to copy you in the chat. Okay, I'm going to copy the link to the track that I wanted to have as reference today. Basically, it's this one, The Land Before Time. Hello, Lorelei. Sure, we can do that. Actually, I don't know if you have any references of that style exactly, because I think many things could be understood as triumphant victory theme. For example, the other day we were doing something kind of adventurous, but it was also quite triumphant, something like that. So probably if you have a reference, we could make something like that one day. This is the link of this track of The Land Before Time. Actually, I think first comment is mine from 1 year ago. So yeah, just of course, if you find something you like, something that you would like that we could just explore here, just send me a link so we can maybe do it. So just if you want to check this is pretty long song, but I think the main parts, let me, yeah. I'm just trying to find the okay, so around this time the main melody of this track appears. This is not the biggest one, because I think towards the end we got the same melody going, but in a much bigger style. In any case, this is pretty famous. I think everybody knows this melody. Just imagining it's in A major. It's something like that. Hello, 7 Tears of Hope. Yeah, sure. You know, you can just try to find something if you like and that you like, and we can just maybe try it another day. Actually, the other day we were going to compose something epic, and then finally we ended up composing something, yeah, action music, percussion, lots of percussion. But maybe I was just thinking of going with something like this. But of course we can just try something else if you prefer, if you don't feel interested in this. I just find this interesting because of all the colors it offers. It's just not a beautiful melody, but just many different colors. Just if you want to check, this is the link. This is the link I left in the chat, if anybody wants to check it. Anyway, so no worries, we'll stick when you have today. Looking forward to it. Sure, I was just maybe we can just do something epic, because somebody was asking for it the other day, and it's much easier to do also, I would say, than the orchestrations from these other people. Epic. I don't know what was the chord progression someone was proposing the other day. Maybe. Okay, let's go with James Horner, because also I just wrote the title, so let's go with it. Maybe we can go let's go with the piano sketch first of all. I want it to be some okay. First of all, I'm going to reduce the volume here, because I think it's clipping, and probably not everybody is used to that volume for the click. I tend to have it quite loud, because especially when I get to big orchestral parts, I just can't almost hear it, and I think it's important always to have a good reference for the tempo. So okay, this is just the piano sketch, something pretty simple, because I want this part just to be mostly textural, like textures. So I want a beautiful change here and also there, but overall it's going to be pretty, just as an intro, it's going to be pretty stable. It's not going to change a lot. So we are going to be in D major, and this is just a trick that I use sometimes, and of course not it's not something mine. I copy this from other people, these resources, not copy but just take it. And it's just, you can just stay for a long time in one chord, just to set a mood, just to get people used to that chord. And that way, when you change the harmony, the effect is going to be much more intensive. It's going to be much bigger, even when it's just one chord change. So let's go. We can maybe start adding pedal note in the harp. What do you think? Like just I'm going to reduce also the volume of the piano. Let's start with this. Okay, and we will change there, okay. So just quantizing the harp. So, as you can see, I'm playing constantly a pedal note in D. Okay, I just changed this note one here, this one here, which is not a mistake. Okay, and now I think we can go with probably just, I'm thinking of children choir. So this one might be something interesting. This is the ATO Liberis choir, and they are doing U, and it's the sustains, ensemble sustains, okay, because this library also has soloists. By the way, do you listen to my voice at a good volume, or is it too low? Because I have the microphone a bit not as close as other days, maybe. So just not sure. In any case, just let me know in the chat, please. So, because I think I can tweak the volume here a bit if you were listening to me too low. Okay, so let's go with the choir. Probably just the choir. Something like that, you know? So let's go. Okay, this is quite boring so far, but I think it's going to improve once we start with the rest of the instruments. So I think we should tweak. This is the choir. You know, I'm playing also with the sustain pedal, so that's why not all the notes are exactly in the correct measure, because the effect is exactly the same in the end. Okay, so I think the melody can be brought to a solo oboe, and also we are going just to reduce the volume of the choir and just insert some reverb to the choir, just directly insert. So the melody is going to be something pretty simple here, which I think is going to be something like what we did here. let's see, or maybe I just will improvise something here. Don't worry about that. Okay, so that's the melody. So what did I do? Okay. Okay, so I'm going just to I'm going to record the melody in the oboe, okay? And melody is going to be already here. Dun, 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 something like that. This is pretty simple, and I think the choir is going to be different because it's annoying me at some points, but maybe we can just check that later, because also in the reference in the James Horner one you can find several dissonances, and that probably if you listen to them individually they are not going to be beautiful, but in the whole piece it works in some way. And that's kind of the magical sound I think he got. Just listen carefully about what's different layers, especially in the beginning of the track. In the reference, I mean, in the link of YouTube I sent you, if you listen to the beginning of the piece, there are many little dissonances going on together in different layers, but it works. So I'm not really worried about this here right now. So probably we can just move on and go with, I don't know, something. You know, I still don't want to use the modern scoring strings because my computer for some reason restarts drastically. So I'm still talking to the support. They sent me another version for the Los Angeles scoring string library that also caused the same thing. I still didn't try them enough. Anyway, so that's why I don't want to use them. But for example, I love how the sultasto violins from this library sound, or the harmonics, and for what I want to do now it would be perfect, but it's better if my computer just doesn't shut down. So let's go with this thing. This is from Symphonic Sphere, and these are the violins flageole et tremolo. So you can just, I just want typical high note, D high note, just to add some extra information in the highest frequencies. So let's go with just a D. Okay, anyway, let's move first of all everything. That's why I don't usually start in the first bar, because usually I get the sound cut. So let's go with the flat violins. I will tweak the choir there. Do you know what? I mean, when you just write these kind of things that are super, super long note, yeah, of course you can just start playing and just bring the MIDI there, but I like to record this in live. This is the modulation and the expression too, because it's going to make this kind of pedal note, if you want to call that way, it's going to make it sound more realistic with subtle variations than if it's completely plain line here in the expression and modulation. It's going to, these subtle things usually help it sound better, you know, more realistic, even when it's just something as simple as this. So it's better just, in my opinion, it's better just to play and record it in real time, not just I don't know, maybe right here and say, okay, so as it's the same note whole time, no, I prefer just to play this while I record these things, you know, it sounds subtly better. And I think this is typical things that maybe one is not making a difference, but once you start doing these subtle things with everything, there is a huge difference in the end between not doing that, you know. So that's why I try to do it. Okay, so I think we can go maybe with strings just in the change of the chord. So okay, so let's just put the piano sketch as reference. Let's tweak first of all the choir. So it looks like this is the A. Okay. Okay, so this is the choir and it's tweaked so far. Okay, no worries. This is the piano sketch, and I'm going just to introduce the strings towards this change in the harmony. We were in D major constantly, and we want to go to G major, which is the fourth of the key. And as we are for a while in D major, I want this change to be quite impactful. So I'm going just to bring the strings from nothing to super subtly crescendo until we achieve this point. And then we maintain the strings and again a new crescendo here. And probably here we will just introduce a catchy melody or something. So let's start first without strings, almost. And then do the subtle crescendo until this point, where probably here we will introduce the double basses. So, okay, let's go with the cello first of all. That first note in the harp is quite loud. Okay, if you noticed, I just made the melody as a response here to the main one. So that's just something that I felt would work. So let's add now the basses. So I'm just going to add the basses now. Okay, and the basses are going just to start in the in the change of the chord, in the first change. So let's go. And we probably will introduce something catchy there. Let's go with the violas now. You know, I want to write at least the low, mid, low strings all together. So violas are going to be probably more protagonist, take a more important role here. Let's see. Piano sketch. Okay, so yeah, I think here the viola should do D, because the basses are doing G and the celli are doing B. So just to complete the triad, the three notes of the chords, I mean, we need a D. So yeah, let's just try to figure out something that bring us to D in the melody of the violas. I don't like it, you know. I don't like at all. Usually I like, yeah, I think I know what I'm going to do. A bit better, don't you think? Okay, so these are the violas. So we can add maybe a celesta too. which is always nice in this kind of super soft atmospheric passages. Let's go with a celesta. Good morning, Antonio. How are you? Mellow, oh. You wish Vienna sounded like this. You know, Antonio and I has always a war about what is the best woodwinds library. And of course, without any doubt, it's Berlin woodwinds, but he keeps thinking that is Vienna Symphonic Library woodwinds, synchron woodwinds. Anyway, I think I made a mistake here in the harp, in the celesta. So I played that C note where it should be C sharp. This is the piano sketch, or I just want the celeste here. Yeah. I just don't remember exactly where I played this wrong, but it's, you know, the C, no? Let's listen. Okay, first of all, I'm going just to tweak the first note in the harp, which sounds quite loud. This one. I'm going just to put it there, so it sounds more in the context. And I'm going back to the celesta because I just made some mistake here. It's this one, I think. Actually, let's just make this a bit lower volume. Okay, so let's continue just with the piece. We can always come back to make this more complex in terms of arrangement. So maybe we just can go with something new. Also because we are going to mute the piano. This is just a sketch. So I'm going to double the piano sketch patch, and I'm going to try something else now. So let's just put this louder. So let's try to find something catchy now. We could maybe even change the key here drastically. like introducing the melody so it's more impactful, or we can continue in D major. So we come from na, 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 na. Thanks, Antonio. Yeah, I guess you were working, and probably most of the people here too in this live video are working at this time. But I don't know. I'm just trying to compose something in the style of. Okay, I closed it. I closed. Anyway, this link in the chat. Just let me show you. This is the reference I have in general for the style. I'm not going to do something like it, but just wanted to take it as a reference in general. So if you have the link in the chat if you just want to take it. It's pretty smooth, emotional, peaceful, exactly. It's a beautiful piece. So just if you want, this is just a reference if you want to check it. Also because this is something that most of people know, famous melody, like how was it? That's the reference melody. And it's really beautiful. I wanted to do something in that style, not necessarily following this. I'm not sure that would work, Antonio. Not in this context. But I could always use the Vienna ensemble, the Vienna Symphonic Library synchron oboe, and it would work wrong. Probably a guitar would work better. Anyway, let's go. So we are. I'm thinking of maybe we can just modulate. We can. Or just not modulate, just go with that chord. Hello, Eris Kuiper. Eris is another great composer, just if you want to check him. So what would you do? Just continue in D? You come from this. I think we are going just to continue in D major, just. So with a fourth of a minor. So just thinking of different and why if we don't start that way? Okay, let me just listen again to everything. It loses lots of body without the piano. Hello, Bachir. How are you? Maybe something like that. So no, it's too fast for this. You know, I just don't like this melody at all. It's like too boring. But you know, I just didn't want to continue with the one we just got for the intro. I wanted to hear something much more memorable, something catchier. So something That could be beautiful, maybe. What do you think? Let's try this. Ooh, I made something really ugly there. Anyway, every time I fail, a little kid dies. Little kitten. Not kid. Okay, more or less, you know. And I think I know what I want here, and it's basically strings. So I'm going just to put the melody in the violins. So let's go with Vista, okay? And these are the second violins, okay? Okay, I'm sorry, I know. I just muted the piano too fast. So let's just have the piano sketch as reference again. And let's go with the violins for the melody. And there probably woodwinds will come. Okay, so let's record now the basses. You know, I usually do this way. I record the melody, then I record the bass, and then I fill the space between them. Okay. Okay. Let's record that again because I made also another mistake in the basses. Okay, so I think now I can mute the piano sketch while still I have it for reference, but not sound reference. And now I'm going to record the telly. Okay, so this is the piano sketch of the new melody. and I want to record the cello, so let's go. Not worried about that then, because I still need to do something there in the melody. Anyway, let's go with the violas. Piano reference, piano sketch for reference, and let's go with the violas now, okay? Okay, for example. So now let's tweak these things that usually happen when you just continue. So expression and modulation. Okay. And this is in the violas. But I have this thing also in the cello. Not as bad as there, but similar to. Okay. You know, this is just approximating an estimation, and you can always tweak it if it doesn't work to your ears later. So also you can just make it legato in any case. And also the cello, the basses, the double basses, just the same thing. So let's just try to make this smoother. Let's just make this one single note. And let's listen to how everything blends together, okay? Okay, we need something else in the... But probably it's because I had the piano here and just took it down here. Usually we can have two different harps because due to the way they play with the pedals, some things are not possible to do with just one harp. So probably we can just assume we will have two and use a glissandi in one of them and then arpeggios in the other one, just in the transition. And you know, I'm not an expert in harp, in writing for harp, but I think the idea is completely possible. And I don't know if probably... Hello, Junquero. Sí, por supuesto. Nada, tú tranquilo, hombre. Si esto además se queda grabado aquí, así que cuando quieras, si te apetece algún día, en algún momento, lo escuchas, lo ves o lo que tú veas, ¿sabes? No, no pasa nada. Venga, gracias, tío. This was just another friend that he just said that he just wanted to say hi because he was a bit busy. And that he will just check it later. Hello, Kalel. My Mac configuration. Yeah, sure. It's an iMac Pro, okay, with 8 cores. 8 cores, 3.2 gigahertz, and 64 gigs of RAM. So not really a monster comparing it with what you can get today. But it's more, it's enough for what I usually do. I just found some projects where I had a bit of limitation, but in general it works pretty well. Harp scale in mind. Yeah, I meant, Antonio, something like this. More than a scale. And of course we can tweak the... Let's try this actually, just pre-recorded one. I just didn't want to do the glissandi. We did it in another video in any case, if anybody is interested. Okay, this sounds completely bad right now, but we can make this, we can tweak this, you know. So, okay, this is the place where the melody starts. I'm just programming some automatization. Sorry, in the I always have problems with that word in English. Automatization. Anyway, you know what I mean. So just trying to program this. Probably this is the way to go. Oh, okay, I was wrong. This is the place. So this one is the place. So I think okay. I'm just thinking, no, nothing. Let's continue with arpeggios here in the other harp. Just when the melody starts, so we can have a harp before the melody and just in the melody, so they blend, the two parts maybe blend together. Let's see. So this is the piano sketch for reference. Sorry. Okay, so I think that the harp definitely helps, but let's do just let's double also the layer the strings. You know, as I always said before in this channel, I usually tend to copy paste directly these three libraries because I just detected they react really similarly to the CC programming, and this means that as I'm using them also as layering between each other, it works. That's all. So there is not a difference, not not important difference at all if just recording in any of them in these cases, because they react similarly but not the same. But they all react well to the same CC programming. They just sound different because they are different libraries. But the the three libraries together playing exactly the same thing, copy pasted, sounds amazing, as we will see probably in a moment. I'm just thinking that maybe in the last part we also can play with the Celesta. Let's see. Maybe if I recorded it, it would be better, I think. Okay, not bad. Let's bring probably also the melody to the flutes in that part, but in this case, for example, I'm going to record it because it's not the same as the as recording for violins. Flutes need to breathe. Violins don't have to breathe. Anyway, so that affects directly to the way a melody needs to be performed. So this is the melody from the piano sketch, and I'm going just to record it also for the flutes, okay? Doubling the violins. If I remember. Okay, I think it's that thing. Oh my god. Let's go back again. Okay, it was just kind of... So maybe if I select the flutes, I'm going to find the chords for the second part. So okay, let me this orchestral piece, The Lost Frontier. Okay, I think I've heard of that, but I'm not sure if Javier Arnan told me directly or I saw it. I think I saw this in another somewhere, like they were asking for. Yes, okay, I will take it, Antonio. I will take it, and yeah, of course, I don't think this sounds especially like Christmas, but we can always add some sleigh bells and things like that. Okay, yes, let me. I will check it out. Hello, Jean. Hola. We are here composing something, finding some chords. Okay, so that would be better. So yeah, I'm just going to okay, let's record something like that. I think I like this more in the flutes. So if I go with the chords, I'm going to play the piano now. I have this is the flute. I think that works better. What do you think? Do you like that? So, I think first thing I'm going to record is the harp from that part. Yes, I can make this sound Christmas, but I'm not using tubular bell. The only thing I'm using that might be Christmas is Celesta, and yes, of course, harp and the children choir maybe, but let me use the harp. I'm going to record the harp. Let's just record it again. No Christmas. You don't like Christmas, Jim? Actually, I like Christmas. It's true that Christmas music is not my favorite one, though. Although I just don't care too much. You know, it's not that kind of music that it's not that kind of music I love listening to. For example, I just don't feel like listening to Christmas music in summer. It's like no, not for me, you know. But it's curious because I had to compose Christmas music in the past, and you actually usually have to compose it around summer, maybe a bit later too, if you want to have it ready for this year Christmas, you know. Probably most of the Christmas music you will listen this year, this Christmas. I mean, not of course not famous Christmas, but the one you just listen in some Christmas films, some trailers, etc. is probably just from this summer or previous year's summer. Is when it looks like people, the publishers and companies start asking for the music for their Christmas campaigns. So it's curious. Anyway, so okay, let's go with maybe bassoons. We can add 2 bassoons. So yes, and let's have the piano sketch as reference. You are in the correct mood, Antonio. It's because of the time of the year. You know, it doesn't really sound Christmas to me. This, I would need this stuff, these things, just to make it sound Christmas. Wait, I have it here, I think. This Berlin percussion. Where is this? Where is this? You know, I always forget. Here you are. Jean left the video. Jean doesn't want to know anything about us. No, I'm not going to use this. Sorry, but no. Okay, so let's go with bassoons, and I think I'm going to get the piano. Yeah, as reference. Okay, so this is the reference, and I'm going just to record the bassoons, okay? And I have 2 bassoons, so I'm going to play 2 notes, only 2 voices. Let's try to keep that realistic. I forgot about the chords here. Anyway, you know, I was trying just to do a correct voicing, but I'm reading also the chat at the same time. Ole ole. Antonio wants Christmas and Jean doesn't want Christmas. Okay, I just didn't know. I just forgot about the chords here in these two bars, so hard thing. Honestly, I'm going to search for that word because I don't know it. Think. What does it mean? Or do you mean hard thing? Like, I'm not sure what you mean, Jean. Anyway, Antonio is saying that this sounds Christmas to him already, so he's going to leave me without any gifts this summer. This Christmas, not summer. Antonio says that this sounds already Christmas to him, so it's not a problem, so each one just get it as they want. I'm not going to add the slide bell, sorry. That's the only requirement. I want Jean to keep here. Anyway. Okay. I was just... Okay, this was the bassoons. So... Okay, I think I know. Okay, so we have the bassoons, super bad. Let's go also with the clarinets. I'm going to add clarinets, okay? So these are the bassoons, this is the flute, and I'm going just to record the clarinets. Sorry. You know that we will let me think a bit more about this, okay? In any case, let's add the oboes. I usually don't like how the two oboes sound together in an orchestra, so I'm just going to record something different from each one. Okay, so first of all, the first oboe might be doubling the flutes. But only in the second part. Okay, but only if I remember the notes. You know, I don't want them to double this first part where the violins are also with the melody, because I want a change in the color later, like a kind of response from the woodwinds. And if I already use the oboe here, like the flute, probably the effect here is just going to be like something is missing instead of a change in the color. So I'm just going to play some kind of basic notes from each chord here, and then here I'm going to double the flutes. Let's try that way, okay? I didn't double exactly. Okay, Antonio, let's talk later then. Bye. I didn't double this exactly the same way, but I think I like it. I'm going to do something similar with the second oboe, but different from the first one. So this is the woodwinds arrangement here, okay? I just don't know what's okay. Let's listen to it. Let's go with the second oboe. You know, I keep forgetting about the chords constantly here. I don't know why. Anyway. I just superposed one to the other when I want the legato to work, because that's the way the libraries work usually. So, okay, I'm just thinking, what else can we have maybe the Celeste to that second part. Let's go. Okay, so I have here the Celeste. Okay, I know where I am, I think. Okay, more or less, you know. So this is what we have so far. Okay, so I think now listening to the full thing, we can also just introduce in the melody here. Wait, this is the woodwinds, okay? So in the part where they do ba-da-da-da-da, I think we can introduce bass, just strings again there, and maybe we can just bring it, this last chord, we can bring it in a huge crescendo to the main melody again, just one more time, and just finish it, because you know we don't want it to be super 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 long. So let's go with the basses, okay? And then again the melody. I'm happy to know you are liking it, Jean. Okay. So I'm going also to record here the telly. I don't know. What do you think? Do you like that idea? Let's go with the violas. Violas, okay? How was the main melody? Okay. Okay. Second violins. Okay, I'm going just to redo this. Okay, I see that we have some spam here. Let me just how should I report them? Like spam or like porn and sexual content? I guess spam is better. Let's say here. Wait. Okay, I guess you shouldn't be reading that shit. Anyway, let's continue with. Let's try make it. Okay. So the idea is just repeating the main melody here. After that final. Okay, probably I will need to tweak a few things here, but I think it makes sense with subtle variations maybe. And there is something that we need to tweak here that probably you already noticed. If you remember, the violas were doing this in the part where the strings just start playing at the end of what we had. And this is higher than what I played in the violins. I think they are doing at that point, they are doing yes, let me see where is it. It's in bar number 38, which violas are playing this B while the violins are playing G. So I'm going to tweak the violas. Okay, I'm going just to make them play something different. Probably actually they can play one octave lower because they are still between the cello and the violins. So it's great, I think, here. Let's see. Okay, I'm going also to remove this and just make this note longer. So, and I think I'm going to record the strings for that part. Actually, let's record best a piano sketch. I'm going to remove the previous one we had for that part. And let's just try to find the chords because I think I changed something in the melody towards the end. So, piano. Okay, yeah, actually, yeah. What chord can be down here? This is F. So what if we do how does this sound? You know, I like it in some way, but in another way it looks like I made a mistake and I'm just trying to fix it in this way. So, okay, let's record. Piano. Something like that. What do you think? Do you like that? The problem if we call it that way, of course, is just in the part where we do. We were doing before directly, you know, but in this situation we have like this chord in the middle. It's different. I don't know. Let's leave it if you want. We could tweak it in any case. Okay, so let's record also the basses now, okay? So this is the strings arrangement so far to that point at that point. Okay, more or less. I think these two can be there instead, these two notes. In bar 47, let me see. This is the piano sketch. Okay, you know, this chord is called the fourth of the minor. Unless in Spanish is el cuarto del menor. And that means once you are in a major key, for example D major in this case, I don't know if you can see here the keyboard. Wait, sorry. You can see here the keyboard, right? The piano keyboard. So we are in D major. The minor would be D minor, of course. And the chord, that chord you just commented is G minor. G minor is the 4th degree of D minor, so that's why we call it the 4th of the minor, because we are not in G minor but in D major instead. But we just take borrowed that chord, which is I mean the 4th degree of D major is G major, right? That we were using before, and actually just in this melody, just in the first part, we use I hate calling the chords in English, it's in the first part of the melody we use G major, which is the 4th degree of D major, okay? But the second time we just use G minor, which is the 4th degree, not of D major, but of D minor. So this is what we do. First time, which sounds probably more natural, more normal, more like what we could expect. And second time I'm doing which, this is really used in thousands of songs, but pop music use that a lot, and I think it gives super nostalgic feeling. Of course you can use a diminished chord if you want, so it would be like, let me play the that would be with a diminished chord. It's different feeling, definitely. It's completely different. So yeah, of course we can use that if you prefer. I don't know, honestly, because it's I wouldn't say one is better than the other one. It's just different feelings. So it depends a lot on what you search for. Okay, let's add the diminished chord in the final melody if you want, because we already just used the other one, the 4th of the minor before, so I guess we can just do it with the diminished chord. Okay, so so number 47. Yeah, the basis would be, and the melody also, both violins and the basses would be okay there. So let's go with the cello now. Okay, so the cello here. So yeah, I think it's here, the cello. Okay, I just got quite distracted in general. And probably the cheerleader are going to hike. I don't know. Okay, anyway, let's... It's distracting me, mostly the chord we had here towards the end. That I think it's this one. I'm going to remove that. Okay, so we have a problem now. Yeah, no worries. Let's do that well. Let's do it well. Oh, what did I do? Okay, so let's just tweak this. I think it was that one. Okay. So I'm going just to record it without that chord that I was doubting in the beginning. So these are the violins, second violins. Oh my god, I didn't do it correctly. I'm so sorry, you know, it's like... Okay, so this is what we had. Okay. I'm just trying to figure out where... You know, I think the best thing we can do here actually is just remove everything and record it again correctly. But okay, but I need to remember the melody. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, I think. Sorry. So I think we are good there. Let's record the basses now. Now we can do it well. So let's go with the cello. Okay, I think in the cello I want the okay, violas. Let's go with the violas. Also here. We have okay, no worries. I was thinking that these were the cello and no cello are here, so. And also, before anything else, I think we should just tweak this big jump, because yeah, I wanted a crescendo in this area, if you remember, just to join this with the main melody, but it's just too drastical. So let's just put this there, because this is the hardest part is what we are doing now, because then it's just adding some different textures and brass and choir maybe to make the sound big. But it's just not difficult, and actually we can probably just copy many things. And okay, let's record the violas now. I need to check that diminished chord we included in 47. Okay, so this is the arrangement so far. There is something weird here. Okay, so this is the chord. And, probably we can move the violas there, so we have 4. Let's see. I like that more. Yes, basically, I think this is called, I don't know in English, like semi-diminished. Like the diminished is, if I'm not wrong, of course, because I'm really bad calling things by their name. But diminished would be probably, let me show you. I think diminished chord is as this one, but if we add, this is a semi-diminished, so I just used this one instead of this one. This one was the one we were using at first, but to me it was like something was missing, so I decided just to, instead of doubling the G, I just included a E. So that's the idea. Okay, so I think here we can just go with the first violins doubling the second ones, the melody of the second ones. Hello, Ricardo, nice to see you here. That's not difficult, especially because, okay, I come from piano, from classical piano, so to me just playing one line, unless of course it's something difficult, but if it's something like this, is pretty simple, and just here I usually do similar. I use two faders constantly, just these two ones. I don't know if you can see in the, wait, let me just show I use these two at the same time, and this one controls modulation and this other one controls the expression. And both curves, both things move similar. Not exactly, I'm not doing the same exactly, but I always try to make them move. I don't know, like, to me it's like modulation is more like the intensity the player is going to play with. Like, if I want them to play more aggressively or less aggressively, we could call it that way. And the expression means the volume they are going to play the melody at. So usually when they play more aggressively, there is more volume. Okay, so that's, in the end, it's pretty, no, not vibrato. Vibrato would be another one. Vibrato, some libraries like the chamber strings that we were talking the other day. Wait, let me show you here. I think the chamber strings by Spitfire Audio chamber. This, for example, I don't know, let's load the same. This has vibrato, and we could assign that to a CC. You just right click here and you just learn MIDI CC automation, okay. And you just assign it to one fader and it reacts to how you move this. But this is the different thing, it's not the modulation or the expression. This is a different CC. Dynamics is the modulation. So if I tweak the layer, the fader where I have modulation assigned, you see these moves, right? And the expression is the other one I check, which is the second one here. So I usually just work with both of them. As you can see, both are moving here. Okay, and if I had assigned the vibrato to another one, I think I need, in my fader controller, I need to program this. Yeah, I need to program that in another software, so it has, so I can assign to another fader. I didn't do that, I just didn't care. But you can also, in any case, if you wanted the modulation and the vibrato to go exactly the same way, you just move the mod wheel or the fader I have modulation, and both move at the same time, and you can control the three at the same time, as you can see, and even 4 or 5 or as many as you want. And this way you can get look, if I play with dynamics super low and the expression super high, it sounds weird. It's like they want to play super soft, but on the other hand, you are asking them to play loud, and vice versa. Actually, without expression at all, it doesn't sound. And here is more like the opposite. Okay, this library is pretty soft in itself, so hard to see, but it's more noticeable sometimes. So the best results I always get, and I was talking about this the other day with another composer, is just making these dynamics and expression go more or less together. Not exactly the same. It's when you get the best results, you know. So unless that's my impression here. Okay, so but it's not easy. It's not difficult really. It's just practice. You once you spend lots of time playing on one hand and just controlling these faders or whatever you use for controlling the CCs. This is just one option, but there are many different ones. Yes, actually you can do that, I think, in an iPad or tablet or just touch screen. I just prefer the physical contact, you know, like touching the faders and just feel they are moving until the point I want, and it works better for me. But each person just has different preferences, and I know some people that use tablets or digital screens for this. So if that works better for you, nothing to say against that, you know. Okay, so we were going to record the first violins, so hopefully, yeah, I think we can finish this track. Just was checking the time. 2 hours. Let's see if we can just finish this in half an hour. So let's record the first violins, okay? I'm going just to put here the piano roll for reference. So let's record. I failed. I forgot about that. Okay, let's go again. Jean, I think you were right with the diminished chord. It adds a beautiful color there. And we already used the fourth of the minor, so that's a good addition, I think. So thanks for the tip. Okay, so I think we should now do the layering again. Yeah, exactly. That's the key, I think, of the diminished chords in general. They often work that way, I mean, and especially when you have already just introduced an idea and you are repeating and you change the harmony and you propose things like that, like something that people maybe are not too used to listen to in comparison with other things. If it adds an interesting color, or yeah, it's kind of surprising. So and that's good. Let's listen actually to the full piece if you want, before we move into making this last part big. Okay. Exactly, they work pretty well just to go wherever you want, exactly. Okay. I forgot just to tweak this in all of them. So we have some problems here. This is because of the and I want a crescendo here. You know, the problem of this is that I just already copied. Anyway. I wish you recorded that. You recorded that so we could listen later to what you came up with. Actually, a guitar here would be really nice, I think. Maybe just something arpeggiating or creating some sounds, maybe. What do you think? I'm just trying to hear all the... Okay, so yeah. Looks like... Okay. This is just an estimation. So let's listen only to the strings I corrected. Okay, it works, I think. So I'm just going to do the layering again with the corrected ones. So I'm not sure if I copied everything well. Now, yes. Okay. And I'm going to copy again here. So yes, now we should already have it well done. Okay, let's see. Okay, so let's go with the harp. And the harp. Okay. Harp. I played something wrong because I was also no wait I had removed everything. Okay, so because I was distracting with this is the only thing I don't like of copy and pasting like that, because this library the double basses are written in a different way, are programming in a different way than the other ones. This you play what you hear, but here you play what you should write, not what you hear exactly. So you need to be careful with that, because if not, you are going just to have these double basses playing one octave below the rest of the other ones. We want layering. We don't want 2 lines of double basses, So that's something important. Also because for some reason they programmed also the key switches here, which is in the octave. It's in an octave where, I mean, they have the key switches here. Wait, let me just show you here. Okay, I was showing it correctly. I just got confused. Anyway, I mean, they programmed the key switches here, which is arranged where the other libraries can have their double basses playing. So if you go really low with the other libraries and you just don't take care of writing this 1 octave higher, it's going to play some key switches, so the articulation is going to change. And I often have some colleño or something, or I don't know. Yeah, colleño playing, and I don't want that. I don't want this, or Bartok. And it keeps changing because yes, the key switch is broke mid here, but then as this is programmed also with the modulation, I change it here. This is probably the worst idea I've ever seen. Anyway, I want sustains. That's all. So you need to be careful just not to write this in the same place where you write this. Anyway, let's go with the harp now that we don't have problems there. This is the strings. Now we start here. Okay, I just getting confused. So this is and then okay, I think I know. Okay, so we have the harp recorded, and I think it works. Okay, so we can maybe add again another glissandi there in this point that I left empty in order just to do that. So, and actually I think we can even copy this one because we already have programmed here some automation. Like if you remember, we work here on this. So let's see. Where is the place to do this? I think it's here in number 14. So let's go with this and copy there. So let's see. Yeah, it's there. Okay. So I think we could probably go with some brass now. So let's activate the sustain horns from Cine Brass Sonore. This library is great if you didn't see it before. It's focused on horns and trumpets, but it sounds amazing. Okay, so let's go with... Okay. I'm going just to play the four notes, okay, because I assume we have four horns, and I'm going just to play the main chords we do here, so something like this. Okay, I'm just trying. Probably it's better this Latin version instead of the other one. Anyway, let's see. This is the strings for reference. I made some mistakes, I think, but overall it's quite okay. I think here something wrong in the diminished chord. So this should be correct. Yeah, it's correct. Okay, so more or less, I also play with the sustain pedal, so I don't care too much about where I put exactly the notes. I'm playing in D major, Sierra. D major. Okay, so let's go with... I'm going actually just to save this project, okay? So I'm going to call it No Christmas. So I think I will remember about it. Anyway, I just saved it because into strings and are using, I don't know, how do you say it in the key? But do you mean, for example, when in the strings, you know, you mean chords that are not exactly in the key of D major? Like, I don't know, borrowed chords. We are using a couple of them here actually, like the fourth of the minor, which is G minor, and also a diminished chord. So, yeah, okay. Yes, we were actually talking about that a bit before, earlier. We are in D major, okay? So you can see here the keyboard. Actually, I need to check for that program where you can see the piano much bigger, because I can't make this bigger, you know. Anyway, D major, right? And we are doing, this is completely diatonic. Everything is fine. G major is also diatonic. It's part of the scale. And now we are going to do the same. And here we do this chord. This is G minor. And we call this fourth chord of the minor. Why? Because this is the fourth degree of... Okay, what is the fourth degree of D major? It's G major, okay? So G minor is the fourth degree of D minor. So that's why we call this the fourth of the minor, okay? Because it's the fourth. Hola, Joris. It's the fourth degree of the minor key instead of D major, minor. So it's like, yeah, we are in D major. This is the key of our piece. But if we were in D minor and we took the fourth degree, we will be playing G minor. So this is pretty interesting. The fourth degree of the minor is pretty interesting just to achieve some colors. It's really, really common, really used. Quite many different tracks use this resource in many different ways. So I'm not sure if you were asking about that, Sierra. It's much more confused to explain because of words, and also because, you know, in English is much more difficult for me too. But the idea is just that you are in any major key. For example, I don't know, C major, which is the easiest one probably. So you are going to exactly, Creep used that one, and I think Beatles also have a song that uses that constantly. It's super common. You are in C major, for example. Okay? C major, you can see here the red notes, okay? So the fourth degree of the minor here, the fourth of the minor would be, just imagining you are in C minor instead of C major, and take the fourth chord of this key, which is F minor. So if you are in C major, which is the real key you are using, for example, the fourth of the minor would be the fourth of C minor. So, and it brings you to that. Okay, that's the idea. It's really, so you are usually, a very common way to use it is I don't know, you are playing. Just go from from the fourth degree to the fourth of the minor. So I don't know, it's how is the creep radio from Radiohead? I just don't remember now the melody of that song. Anyway, yeah, check that track by that creep. Here you are. And also, you know, if you use the fourth of the minor and you add the sixth, it's going to be even more nostalgic. So just add the E flat, E flat, yes. So, and that's what they do. And I don't know, you know, I think also Chopin did that often in some of... Okay, not exactly, but anyway. Let's continue with this. And the other chord we were using instead of the fourth of the minor here, we are in D major, we use here the fourth of the minor, and again when we repeated the melody, Jean just commented to use a diminished chord instead of the fourth of the minor again, and that is just over G, which is of course not in the key of D major. This is just this is a great chord just to go wherever you want, basically. They allow to move from different keys to modulate, and you can just join many of these. So you can and that for creating tension and mystery, tension, something creepy, it's great. So let's go with, I think we recorded the, yeah, I just saved it because I wanted to load some instruments that usually just crash Logic often. So this is one of them. So probably you will just, okay, it worked. So a tuba, I want also just to load these ones, okay, and finally these ones and these ones, and we were lucky. We didn't got the. No, you don't need. You don't need to stay in one key. Actually, you can just move to anywhere you want. Of course, the when you say you are in D major, is probably just like the main key you are using, but it doesn't mean you can't go to another key at some point or modulate. Actually, that's one thing that is pretty common, is just drastical modulation. You are in, sorry, you are in D major, for example, And if you want to modulate, for example, to, I don't know, E major, one super easy way to do that is just play a secondary dominant, which is the dominant of the key you want to go. So in the case of E major, you would be playing the fifth, the dominant of E major, which is A major, right? And actually, if you are in D, you can just do that playing E major in first inversion. You should add probably the seventh. So and you just go to I think I said it wrong. It's not A major, it's B major. Come on. A major is the dominant of D major. So you would be playing like or you can just do many different ways, you know. You can use the B major just to go to E major, or you can just use the D major as the dominant of G major if you wanted to go to G major, for example. Look. And we have already moved to G major in a super soft and easy way. So I don't know if you get what I mean. And you can just keep doing that and modulating constantly if you want. And not necessarily to these keys. You can go also to, I don't know, E major, and you can do it drastically. Okay. Okay, just imagine you are in D major, okay, which is the key of this piece we are working on. Do you see here the red keys, right? Is what I'm playing. This is D major, and if you want to go, for example, to G major, right, which is this one, it's a different key. You want to come from this to here, okay? So you have that super easy. That case is super easy. Why? Because the key you are, which is D major, the key you are in at first, D major, is the fifth of the key you want to go to. What is the fifth of G? G major. G major, the fifth is D major, which is the original key you are, right? So if you just want to go from D major to C major, you just need to make D major become the dominant of G major, right? I mean, you, instead of treating D major as the main key, you just make it look like the dominant of the key you want to go. So if we were playing this same melody, for example, I don't know how it was. Anyway, any melody. How was it? Come on. Okay, so we want to play this and then modulate to G major, right? So we play. Now and this is because we just when we arrived again to D major, okay, we are in D major again, and now it's the moment to go to G major, not to come from D major to G major. So we can just do it directly, but I think you will get a better result if you just add the 7th to the chord of D major, so it acts much clearly as a dominant. So the 7th of D major is C, so you play, and you can go to G major, and you are in the new key. That's a super easy way and super easy keys just to move from one to another one, because one is the dominant of the other one. One is the 5th degree of the other one, so it becomes super easy just to do. You can just go from one to another one, and if they are close to each other, it's usually easier. So what is the dominant of E major? Imagine you are in D major and you want to go to E major, for example. The dominant of the 5th degree of E major is B major, right? So it's going to be more difficult probably, and there are many ways to do it, but just an idea could be, for example, and now we could go probably with so that's a way. I don't love it, but you know, and you can prepare the secondary dominants from. You can just make as many intermediate steps as you want, so you can make it more subtle. I don't know. Anyway, this is super long topic, and I think there are ways to see that much clearly if we were working with a sheet score. So if we had C values here that I just don't have in this computer, but it would be much easier just to see. Maybe another day we can just go through that. One of my songs have this chords progression. D majors. So and you go back to the right. Okay. Actually, the diminished. Okay. You mean yes. That, right? So of course, I guess this with the correct rhythm and melody would be easier to see, but that's interesting. Yeah, you modulate exactly. You go to different places and to be major actually, right? You come from D to G to B and then go back to D. That's beautiful. Okay, let's go. If we want to finish this one day, should be okay. So let's go with the tuba here. Okay, so we recorded the tuba. As you can see, I usually leave some spaces, in some places, just to allow them to breathe, even if it's super short. Okay, let's go with the timpani rolls. I want just typical roll of timpani in the explosion of the main melody in the end. So here, this is the impact point. Let's see. So okay, so we have there, and that's also where we want the suspended cymbals. Okay, but these guys need to start a bit later. Maybe around there. I think it's there. Let's add the Piatti crash there at that point exactly too. Okay, so what else? Choirs. What do you think of choirs? Adding choirs here to make this sound big. We could go with Warren, with Rejatu, and probably we could just make the female choir sing also the melody. So let's just record the main choir first. Just as reference, this is the strings choir. And I think actually the choir, I stopped to be honest, because I just forgot about the chords, but at the same time it sounded quite nice. Probably. If we just remove the choir here, they stop just singing here. So we have a change in the color, and also we just lose lots of density in the sound because we are just going to the end. So that might be a good idea. Yeah, the choir changes drastically everything exactly. It sounds epic in just 1 minute, even if you are not writing epic music, it makes it sound epic. Female choir, okay? Okay, so we have the female choir there, and maybe we can just record the melody also in choir. So let's try. I made a mistake here. Okay, and trombones. I think we should add trombones here. Okay, so let's just play the 2 trombones line. Probably trumpets too. We could add trumpets with the melody, and if not melody, we could play chords, but I think melody is going to be better. Made some mistakes. Let's see. Just a few, just a few. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You know what I think I already told you about this, and it's this library sometimes, Cinebras in general. Just sometimes it, for some reason, it has like some sound going on after you just end playing. So thank you, Pierre Alexander. I appreciate it, man. Happy to know you like it. So I'm just programming automation here just to remove any possible sound after I finish playing the part. So of course we just didn't do anything for the woodwinds here, I think. And we should definitely... Okay, just we should just play the same thing in the woodwinds. It's just, or something for the woodwinds. I'm just you know, the video has been already almost 3 hours so far, so I just didn't want it to be much longer, you know. But yeah, probably, you know, we have only the woodwinds done for the part that worked, but that when we did the woodwinds, I mean, we still didn't have already composed this last part. So probably, and actually that part is where the woodwinds were more important. It would take time, of course. I wouldn't just copy. I would just write something for the woodwinds, especially also because of what I said before, that woodwinds need to breathe while strings don't. So the way you write for each thing, even if they both are playing the melody or same or similar lines, is subtly different. So let's listen, if you want, to the full piece so far, and we can just leave it here if you don't mind, because I think it's going to be better if I just finish the woodwind part and, I don't know, maybe mix it and upload the video or anything. Anyway, let's listen to the complete piece. You mean Mark III, Jen? I didn't. I thought about that before because yeah, I probably would have added, but beautiful. Yeah, Vista are amazing. I will let you know something now that may be interesting for you. I mean, we just started the track the other day with them, but of course we can just add it and they are going to work, I think. Something like that, right? Um, Pierre Alexandre. Okay, so yeah, I usually use Vista, and I always layer them with Appassionata by Spitfire Audio. And this one is amazing also. You know, it's different sound from Vista, more detailed one, probably smaller in general. It's drier too, also. And it's not dry at all, you know, but if you compare it with this, this is much more, there is much more room sound in this one in Vista. If we compare them with, okay, it crashed it. No, it didn't crash. What happened? I just don't know what happened. It's like the main window just disappeared, but the program didn't crash. I just don't know. Anyway, yes, if you just layer these two, like Spitfire Appassionata strings with Vista, result is amazing already. But if you add also, you layer these two libraries with Cinematic Studio strings, that's the sound you are listening here in the strings. And to my taste, I just didn't find any other any sample library that was better than this in legato sound, you know. Of course, this is just legato, okay? Vista don't have any other articulations, and the Spitfire Appassionata, yeah, they have some short notes, but not like a spiccato, staccato, not typical ones. This is just like, this one is interesting. Okay. Yeah, and you know, this one has tons of microphones, different microphones, and some are pretty interesting. But to me, this mix is the one I like most. But you know, this is just about trying different options and just find the one you enjoy more. So that's it. So yeah, it sounds big, it sounds full, it sounds detailed, it sounds beautiful in my opinion. You know, it's beautiful strings. So we just added some chimes here. I added a bit of compression to the oboe because it was I think it's a bit better now. So that's what we did today. Yes, no, this is not mixed at all. Actually, it should sound much better. Actually, if you see my mixer, igualmente, Pierre Alexandre, we are going just to finish now, but I was just showing the mixer. So as you can see, I only have a couple of basses here and there, some reverb inserts if I feel like that. These are the basses. Actually, I only have two, and basically they are just two different reverbs that are cleaned with Soothe 2, just to make them smoother. And I sent these things to the woodwinds, I think, and I am to the choir. But there is no EQ in the template. These are the two effects that, well, I think the reverb is in the template already, but the compression is what I just added to the oboe right now. But I didn't add any EQ here. I will do it. I usually just get everything bounced to audio. Each individual... wait, I'm going just to put this here. I mean, I usually just bounced everything to audio, like, for example, harp normal, harp glissandi, my major for up, everything I have here. First violins from each of the libraries, the Celesta, the Mark III, everything in an individual audio, and I just bring everything to a new project. We did something like that the other day, actually. When we mixed the percussion thing, and we just bounced everything to audio and brought it to a new project, and we started adding the EQ and things there. So yeah, it sounds nice. This template is quite nice sounding, and for fast ideas, of course, this I wouldn't consider this fast because it was like 3 hours. But I mean, if you don't have really time for a proper mix, or just you can just already sound quite well if you are showing ideas, for example, or something like that, not a final product. It sounds pretty well. So that's, I think, because of the correct selection of libraries. I spent quite a lot of time just checking what works better with which, and in the end I just found out that this combination of libraries just works quite well to me. I find myself quite comfortable working with them, and also I like the sound the template just releases. So that's it, but no EQ, no mix at all here, more than volume balances. So that's it. So thank you, Jean, and thank you for that suggestion for the diminished chord. I think it definitely brought a new color to that part, and it works. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I definitely have a nice time with you all here, and I hope to see you in the next one. Okay, have a great weekend. I'm not sure when I'm going to be able to go back with a new streaming, because we have some free days now here where I live next week. So probably, and also I need to do a couple of things that I have pending. So I can't promise anything, okay? In any case, I will try just to get online more or less soon, one of these next days, so we can maybe work on something different, like some people suggested. So have a good day, you too, everything that is here, and I hope to see you in the next one. Okay, bye.